Hi everyone, I'm Zerfall,
I'm Jaxorz.
and today we're going to be playing, once again, this is the third year in a row, for Halloween, we're playing Hugo's House of Horrors.
Except it's Jungle of Doom.
Yes, it is just called Hugo III Jungle of Doom. If you go ahead and hit enter, we're going to start playing the game. Here it is. Hugo III Jungle of Doom, distributed by CDRP. Ooh, that is up way too loud. There we go. Hugo and Penelope are returning home from their vacation at the cottage of Great Uncle Horace. Suddenly, a freak magnetic storm, because those things exist on Earth, causes the compass in their light aircraft to spin wildly. Unable to navigate, Hugo loses all sense of direction.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Finally, hopelessly lost over a South American jungle, the plane is about to run out of gas. Hugo spots a clearing just big enough to land it. With fingers clenching the controls, he shouts, "Hold on, Penelope. We're going down."
Guess they made it okay.
That's true,
Well, we made it.
says Penelope with relief as she and Hugo survey the crash site.
I think I'll go off and explore a little.
She continues. "Well, don't wander too far," warns Hugo. "I'll inspect the airplane while you're gone,"
Okay, honey.
calls Penelope as she heads into the jungle.
And for goodness sake, change your clothes. They clash terribly with the scenery.
Oh, she laughs. What a jerk. Isn't it more important to try to get flying again?
Obviously not. Nothing much exciting happening here. Lots of trees and things, some pretty flowers, a cute spider's web. That's always what I think when I see spider's webs.
Yeah.
So cute. Wonder how Hugo's doing fixing the plane.
I wonder.
Dun,
Oh, it turns out it
dun,
wasn't such a cute spider after all.
Jump.
Yep.
Oh no. Irk.
Jeez.
Help, help.
Well, hopefully Hugo can come do some... Oh, down she goes. Hugo hears the faint cries for help and rushes to the rescue. Off he goes, and look at how handsome he is now. Oh, it's a young native girl who happens to be passing by and topless, rushes on the scene.
Risque.
And watch, look,
Risque, Hugo.
did you see how racist that mouth
Hugo's-
was? It was super big, like, blackface lips. It was terrible.
I saw the whole thing. Your friend has been bitten by a dreaded tree spider. I'm afraid there is only one antidote, and it must be administered within 48 hours.
All right, we got 2 hours to come back and save her. Or 2 days, sorry.
2 days. Do you...
Do you have this antidote? Hugo asks.
No, the only thing that can save your friend is water from the place we call the Pool of Life. It lies in a secret garden beyond the waterfall along yonder path.
Ah.
I will tend to your friend while you fetch the special water. Now go! Hurry!
All right, that's a trick trap. The native girl points to the path behind her. Well, it looks like it's up to you, old buddy. Better get going and find the antidote. Do not follow where she points. It is... The creator, I can't remember his name right now. I looked it up earlier too. But the creator of this game was like, I'm going to take a cue from the Sierra games, and I'm going to put 5 items that you need in the screen to the right so that you get screwed if you don't go exploring the wrong direction.
So let's maybe just go back to the plane and explore a bit.
Yes.
GLS 920.
Yeah. So, this is one of those games where you got to type everything in, but sometimes it works, and sometimes, this time it works, sometimes it goes like, you need to be more specific, and you're like, thanks a lot. So if you look again, it will tell us the things we're missing. The contents of the plane became a bit jumbled during the forced landing. However, you can make out the cockpit seats and instruments, which still appear to be okay. You can also see some clay, some pins, a water flask, bouillon cubes, and a sandwich.
So we have to get all the things.
Yes. Unfortunately, unlike...
Too bad we just can't get all the things.
That's right. I tried that earlier when I was doing some test recording, and it doesn't work. So we need some
So we
pins.
have some
Oh, you're right, clay.
clay.
There's 5 things. That's 1.
Get some pins.
Yeah, that's 2.
Get sandwich.
That's 3. 2 more things in there. What were they?
Get flask.
Yeah. For the last one, you can just type cubes. You don't have to write out boolean. It's pretty long. That's...
Okay.
I think that's all of them. So this is where it starts getting...
Oh, you can't.
You can't just press cursor left.
No. No.
Throw the E on the end. There you go. I don't fully understand. You actually have to say exit plane, even though you're not in the plane. So they're like...
You're just looking at the plane.
Yeah, and if you type exit, it's like, do you really want to quit? And then when you press enter, nothing happens. So, like, it's weird that they've got... It's one of those games where they're like, you have to use the exact right wording.
Can we go this way?
I don't believe so. But now that we've got everything, I think it's safe to head back to the left.
I love how you're like this. You're only two sizes. This big, it's marginally smaller.
Yep. And it just suddenly jumps up. Boop, boop.
Such a fancy outfit.
Especially for the jungle. He doesn't want to get any ticks. It's all tick proof.
See you later, Penelope.
Yep. Now, keep on walking along.
You're just... Is there anything... Nothing out of the ordinary on this path?
Nope. But here comes our first puzzle. I remembered how to do this when I first... This is as far as I went with the play. I went and got this scroll and then I stopped. So I know how to get through this. But it took me a while to do because you have to type things exactly right.
Do you?
Yes. So we'll see if you can figure it out quickly. But if not, I'll give you some clues.
Watch out! This bridge doesn't look like it would support your weight. The ropes are starting to fray at the ends.
Yes.
Oh, Hugo. One too many pieces of pumpkin pie. Maybe we should get some vines.
Ah, exactly what I would think. But what do you want to do with them?
We want to tie them to the bridge to make it stronger.
Okay, you did this faster than I did.
So, what if we tie vines to bridge?
Okay, the bridge now looks like it would support you now. I was like, use vines on bridge, and it's like, how would you like to do that? And I'm like, use vines on rope bridge. Use vines on rope. Because I kept using use, but you have to tie.
Oh no!
Kerumph.
As you leave the chasm, you hear the sound of the bridge collapsing behind you. Oh dear, it looks like you'll have to find another way back to Penelope. So not only do we have to get the antidote now, we have to find another way back.
Yep. Things are getting complicated. And if you do go back, you will see that the bridge is collapsed.
Let's just go back and make sure. But
Yep.
yes.
Oh, there's no way across. And you can't swing, because I tried to swing across without using the bridge the first time. And it's like, those vines don't go all the way. And I'm like,
No.
oh, thanks.
I think they would say they do not support your weight, Hugo. We have something over here.
Yes. And that is...
Which looks like...
Looks like
a
a
corn
dog
of
bone.
cob or something.
I think it looks like a dog's bone. Like a rawhide.
Dog? Oh,
like
maybe
a rawhide
rawhide,
roll up.
Yeah. But maybe, just maybe, it's a piece of paper or a scroll,
It could be.
perhaps?
I think if you look and there's any items on the screen, it will tell you what they are.
Let's just look around then.
You are at the top of the cliff. There are two paths heading down. A path heading up towards the bridge. You can also see an old scroll. So it makes it pretty easy to find out if there's items you need on a screen.
Get scroll. Scroll. Now shall we continue along this path?
I'm pretty sure that we should be okay going that way. We might want to start saving things as we go, though, just to make sure.
That's true.
If you just type save, it'll save it. That way, if we make a mistake, we have something to go back to. You can just call it LP1 if you want. There we go.
Let's look around again.
You are at the base of a cliff. You also see a golden bell.
Ooh.
This is actually making it all easier. Like, CR games wouldn't give you that. You'd have to be like, look shelf, look this, and then it would finally be like, there's a book here.
Can we do anything in here? Can we...
Well, we haven't read the scroll yet.
Climb.
Climbing is not your strong point, and you fail miserably.
Oh, poor Hugo. So, our inventory is...
If you just type in inventory, it should tell you. Well, hit F1 for help.
I think it's one of the
Yeah, so
F2s.
F1 is help. We don't want to press F2 ever because it'll turn the sound off.
So
And we
it's
don't want
F6.
that. So it's F6. So hit F6.
So we have some clay,
Mm-hmm.
a water flask,
Yep.
a water flask,
Ooh, it's got whiskey in it.
a sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
a golden bell,
Yep.
some pins, some boolean cubes, and an old scroll.
Yes. Well, what's in this old scroll? Is it a spell? Is it a mysterious...
Huge scroll.
Lost, near the mighty boulder, my precious crystal ball. I guess I couldn't hold her, so I must have let her fall. It's a rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone should find it, please return it to my keep. Be careful if you use it, for its powers runneth deep. Signed, the Old Man.
The old man.
I find it very humorous that
The
this
old man
tribe...
is always very creepy in these games.
It's true. I'm impressed that this tribe is full of people that speak English rather well. You can see a fast-running stream fed by a waterfall. To the right, the water is too fierce to cross anywhere. On the other side of the waterfall, you see a little path heading into the undergrowth. I'm wondering if the other side of the trail might...
Can't cross.
No.
Water is flowing too swiftly.
Well, we don't want to be swept away to our doom.
We do not. So continue along the path. Ooh.
Oh, it's a spooky ghost. You cannot enter the cave while the evil spirit is guarding it. So we're not dying, but we're just getting kicked out of zones. Interesting. I wonder if there's any way to get in there yet. We could have tried ringing the bell at him, but I don't think it would do anything. Ah, you've reached a part of the path where it turns back on itself. Hey, this is the same large boulder that the might have been talking about.
The scroll? Should we have a look at the boulder?
Maybe.
Any other boulder? What if we...
What if you go on the other side of it when you're looking around?
Behind it.
Ah, there you go. I think things are coming back to you, eh?
My, we are thorough, aren't we? Well, just for you. There's a crystal ball lying behind the rock, glinting in the sun. You fetch it out.
There we go. You don't pick it up. You fetch it out and put it on the ground.
Do-do-do. So let's get... Well...
Yes.
And continue on our way.
Yep. Ah, a village. This must be where the native girl was from.
Must be.
Hmm.
We are on the outskirts of a native village.
Yep.
That wasn't apparent.
Hmm.
Shall we go in or continue along?
Well, if you save it, I don't think there's any harm testing it out. If you look at the score, we've already got nearly a third of the points. In fact, we're only like 0.3 points off getting, or something like that. Maybe 0.6. The game has a lot of stuff happen right at the beginning.
It does.
Might be shorter than the other ones, and he was just trying to cash in on the crazy Hugo name he had.
Maybe.
Oh?
It's an elephant.
Yep. I think you want to go back to the village, though. You were on a jungle path. There is an elephant here who appears to be resting. It appears quite content. It takes no notice of you. Author's note. Yes, I know there are no elephants in the Amazon. This one just escaped from a zoo. So don't try to put comments saying that there shouldn't be an elephant here, because
Why are there elephants here?
it was clearly figured out. Ah. You are in the natives' village. The witch doctor hut lies to the right. You can see a wild beast being roasted over a fire. And at the rear of the village, some natives with a blowpipe. That's a good thing they don't have a crack pipe. So, can we talk to any of these people?
Jamba. Jamba?
Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. You don't speak our tongue. I should have guessed from your strange clothes, I suppose. Well, there you go. Can we talk to them again now? Oh, I guess they talk on their own. Anyhow, welcome to our little community here. No, don't be frightened. We're not as bad. We're not headhunters or cannibals, you know. A? That's because you said H.
Yeah.
No, although I must warn you strongly not to venture into the witch doctor's hut. It's a full moon tonight, and he tends to go rather crazy. Good warning. Well, you can see here we're cooking. Well, as you can see, we're cooking supper here. It's a roast hyena, again. We had the same thing yesterday and the day before. Maybe they're not too interested. Maybe there's something we can trade them.
Maybe we can see what these guys are up to.
Maybe. In fact, I can't remember when we didn't have roast hyena. It gets really boring, you know. If only there was something that we could use to make it more interesting. Indeed. Do we have any items that might help them out? You're not the first strangers we've had in our village. You know? No, not at all. In fact, all the strangers were extremely friendly. Do you know, every one of them offer us a gift of some sort. I think they're trying to hint.
Being a little pushy, don't you think?
Well,
what do we have?
Of course, we always give them something in return. A fair exchange is no robbery, as they say.
Well, trade. I think we're up for that.
All right, we'll hit F6 and see what we got. So we have some pins, a water flask, bouillon cubes, a sandwich, an old scroll, a crystal ball, and a golden bell. Which do you think will be the best for their dinner?
Well, maybe for one person a sandwich, but for the whole tribe, bet you some bouillon cubes would go a long way.
All right, well, maybe that's what you should offer them.
So, give bouillon cubes.
The native thanks you politely for your excellent spelling of bouillon that Zerfall would not be able to manage. Also for your gift, but looks a little non-pulsed.
Plussed.
Non-plussed?
Yep.
There's an L in there. However, after you demonstrate the use on the meat, the natives are very grateful. I know a few people that have been grateful for their demonstrations of things being demonstrated on. That fell apart. It was going somewhere, and I messed it up. The native hands you a blowpipe and some sleeping potion darts and warns, "Careful with these. There's enough potion to put an elephant to sleep." Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what. It might be time to save the game again. And I think you can save it in the same spot because nothing bad has happened. But maybe it's time to venture into the witch doctor's house.
He's crazy. Can we look in the window?
Maybe.
Just
That's the same as before. Did you try look in window? Looking through the window, you can see a witch doctor. A large cooking pot big enough to put someone in, and a cage for imprisoning someone.
That's very menacing.
It is very menacing.
This girl really doesn't want to leave us alone.
No, she thinks we're cool, man.
So wait, should we go in or continue?
Well, we've just saved it, so I think if we go in, we could probably be okay. That just kicks us out of the village.
Leave.
I'd give it a try. Worst that happens is we have to load the game. Oh no, he's coming for you. Hee hee, gotcha. And then he just nicely leads you over there, and you walk right in.
We don't fight or
nothing.
Not even an ounce.
From this hour, you're in my power.
Maybe he put a spell on Hugo.
He put a spell on you because you're mine. So, we're stuck in this cage. You were in the witch doctor's hut. You can see him over by his cooking pot. Looks pretty grim for you.
It does.
It does.
The water looks like it's boiling, though. You would think
Yes.
if he was going to put you in there, he should put you in there already.
Yep.
Why put you in the cage?
Maybe he needs to wait for you to tenderize yourself trying to get out. Hitting against the cage and whatnot.
Maybe.
I don't know. I've never cooked a human before.
But we can also see a little cage.
Yes. A golden candle. And that's it.
And that's it.
So, we're trapped. So, what do you think we might be able to do?
Well, there's this mouse that has two
little holes?
Maybe if we look in the mouse hole?
Okay.
We bend down and peer intently into the mouse hole. Ironically, you can see the jungle outside.
I guess that makes sense. So, do we have anything we might be able to entice that mouse with?
Well, we have our sandwich.
Okay.
Which we could keep for tasty eating later on.
Yes.
Or we could tempt the mouse with it.
We could tempt the mouse with it.
I think maybe it's quite possible we might want to trap him in this little cage.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if we put the sandwich cage.
Okay.
We
now,
managed to throw it back really
yeah,
far in that little cage.
And we got it through the little holes and everything. Now,
Pretty
I think
impressive.
the one problem you have is that mouse is scared of you.
So maybe
I don't know if the viewers at home noticed, but he keeps poking out of the right instead of the left. But now,
he does.
What's happening here?
Oh.
Did he go for it yet? No, he's
No.
still. You just gotta wait, I think.
No.
Oh, you chased him away. Is he gonna go for it this time?
Go, go, go.
In he goes. The mouse runs excitedly over to the little cage and starts eating the remains of the cheese sandwich. The cage slams shut, trapping the mouse inside.
Nice.
Very nice indeed.
So now that we've trapped another person or another thing in a cage, what can we do?
Well, I think you remember this one. I think we were talking about this one earlier today. It was one of the ones you remembered. What was the concept from this game that you didn't know when you were a kid?
Oh, yes. When we were younger, this is the part we always got stuck at.
Yes.
What do you do in a cage? What do you have in your inventory? You're in a witch doctor's hut.
Mm-hmm.
What
do witch doctors practice?
Voodoo magic.
Voodoo magic.
Maybe not the most...
culturally sensitive?
Not culturally sensitive. Not maybe the most blatant thing for a child.
Yes, to know.
To know voodoo, but...
Well, I mean, the game wasn't programmed by a child, so he probably didn't realize who wouldn't know about voodoo. That voodoo that you do. But
so I guess what are some voodoo things we
perhaps
could do?
We'll find out next time on Let's Play Hugo III, Jungle of Doom. I'm Zerfall.
I'm Jaxorz.
And next time we're going to cast a spell.
Till then.